Spout has doubled. Cool. For no apparent reason whatsoever. I'm assuming you have the game launched.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just loading it now. I'm just also like... Okay, there we go. There's now only one spout connection happening. I still don't get that, personally.
Get what?
The two spout connections happening randomly.
Oh, though, like when your water goes twice?
Well, when any redeem goes
hydrate?
twice, but yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't either.
I accidentally confused my work into thinking I was going on maternity leave. How you doing?
How'd you manage that one?
Oh. I forwarded different emails to others new and everyone thought the email came from me. That is kind of funny. Grand scheme. Circus got first.
How dare.
Everyone give him a slow round of applause.
I did it.
Yeah, it comes through.
Okay.
Aretha's got a case of the bedroom voice. I don't know what that means, but if I am sick, so you're probably referring to that. And that's probably it. So you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry, I was posting a meme in the D&D chat.
Were you loading in while that was happening though?
No.
Tyler.
Hi, Circus. When's the baby due, Circus?
Do you know if it's a boy or a girl, or are you keeping that as a surprise?
Boom, boom, boom.
Hopefully you feel better soon, Home Slice. I'm already a lot better than I was 2 days ago and yesterday.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
It's a bag of all blue Jolly Ranchers.
Nice. I'm here. Hi, Maury. Hi, Boysen. Hi, Millie. Hi, Mavari. Hi, Charm. Hi, Eileen. Is that how you spell Eileen? Nice.
What do you mean?
Well, that's not how I thought it was being spelled.
What else could it possibly be? That's how you spell that name.
E-I-L-E-E-N.
Okay, yeah, I guess if you hate your child, you call them that.
Alright. Hi, Eileen.
Shut up, Tyler. Shut up, Dex.
Hi, Katie.
Tyler also said to shut up.
Hi, Lottie. Hi, Jazari. Hi, Lucille. Hi, Esmira.
Yeah, that's it. Cry. Tyler does hate you, you're right. Whatever Tyler's about to type in the Atelier chat, just ignore them. They hate you. No, I said ignore them. They hate you. They're lying.
Okay,
Alright. I mean, so this is just cleanup at this point. For being honest, it's mostly just gonna be Reddit stories while we wait for customers to do.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to put some of this big shit into pallets?
You have to, like, do a stop out for it, so no. I also don't think the mod will, like, know how to restop for it, so I don't care.
Ah. is my ka-ching so loud again?
They changed how they're handling settings in a way that makes it so it shouldn't like break and like actually save the settings. If you remember, that was happening to Crystal, to Minty.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on, story us.
My ka-ching volume was already as low as it can go without being muted, so I just had to mute it.
You probably would have updated if you had just like hit update without changing it.
I tried. Yeah, that was my first thought. I assure you. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. Loading, loading, loading. Alright, would I be the asshole for not forgiving my husband for cheating on me with his ex-wife?
No. Next, sorry.
I'm honestly a mess and I don't know what to do, so any advice would be appreciated. I, 27 male, and my husband, 37 male, have been married for 3 years, dating for 6. He has an ex-wife, 37 female, which he divorced a year before we met. We have a son, 7 male, who was adopted after we got married and who I love as my own child, because he is.
Okay.
I know my husband Peter, fake name, is bisexual, and I have no problem with it.
They
and I have no
moved
problem
the
with his
cat!
ex-wife.
The cat in the bottom thing is no longer there! We have to find him!
Where'd they put the cat is missing?
The cat is missing! Red alert!
Where's our cat?
We were!
You know, they should just put that cat in the cool person room. Because that would tempt me into the cool person room if there was a second cat I could pet, but only if you are a cool guy.
Hidden cat.
I don't think they're hidden, Aretha. I think they're just gone.
No, they hit. It's what? Did you not read the thing I sent you?
No, I did not.
Why do I send
I
you
read,
stuff?
I skim it. I skimmed it.
Uh-huh. Well, I can definitely tell you with certainty that there's a hidden cat somewhere.
Maybe we should have done this during the day. It's dark.
Alright. Continue the story then. I'll just work on restocking.
Alright. I know my husband Peter, fake name, is bisexual, and I have no problem with it, and I had no problem with his ex-wife Allison, also fake name. I did have a problem with his family, as they're a bit homophobic and are always telling Peter he should get back together with Allison. Well, 2 weeks ago, we were at his family's town, because it was my son, Jack.
Is OP and the husband a same-sex couple?
Yeah, OP is a man, Peter, the husband, is a man.
Oh. Okay.
Well, 2 weeks ago we were at his family's town because it was my son Jack's fake name birthday, and we wanted to spend it as a family. My mother-in-law decided it would be a good idea to invite Allison, so she arrived in the middle of the party. I didn't want to ruin Jack's birthday, so I stayed quiet. I spent all my time with Jack, playing with him and his cousins at his request. When it was time to cut the cake, I noticed Allison and Peter were there, so I went inside and looked for them around the house. I found them in Peter's old bedroom taking their clothes off.
Okay.
I stood there in shock for a moment, but then I left and went back to celebrating Jack's birthday. Part of me wanted to scream and cry, but I was also in shock and I refused to make Jack's birthday about me. We cut the cake and opened the presents. People were already leaving when Allison and Peter came back. Peter took me aside and started saying that I shouldn't have cut the cake without him present and that it was disrespectful. I stared at him and just said, "I'm sorry, I thought you'd be too busy getting to your ex-wife's pants." He got quiet, so I took Jack and left the house to go back to the hotel. Once I put Jack in bed and made sure he was asleep, I locked myself in the bathroom and broke down. I called a friend and he tried his best to console me. I only calmed down in the morning when I took Jack for breakfast because I didn't want him to see me like that. I'm now watching him play in the park, and I don't want him to suffer. And I don't want him to suffer. I don't want him to have a broken family. I don't want him to know that relationships aren't a happy ever after. Peter's been calling and texting, apologizing for everything, and I'm tempted to forgive him. I'm tempted to just have my family back. And all my friends are saying that it was just a mistake, that he was vulnerable and Allison is his ex-wife. So what am I supposed to do now? I need advice from people who don't know my husband or me personally. Please, any advice is helpful.
Well, firstly, don't take advice from his friends, because they're going to be on his side.
Obviously, yeah. And also, like, you want to, I don't want to teach my son that relationships aren't a happily ever after.
So would you rather
So
teach your
instead, you
son...
wanna teach him that he should stay in a relationship no matter how bad it is?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's it's a pretty clear and cut answer here.
Comment. Teach your son that his future partners have to respect him and their relationship by not being a cheating bastard. OP replied, I do want to teach him this stuff, but he's too young, and I'm just scared he'll get a bad view of relationships if he sees his parents divorce. OP, he's gonna get a bad view of relationships if he sees his parents if he grows up with his parents in a loveless marriage.
Yeah.
Where one of them treats the other like garbage. OP replies to a bunch of comments. From what I've been able to gather from the messages and calls, it's happened twice, including the time that I caught them. I hadn't thought about STIs, so thank you, I'll get tested. And a bunch of people were asking, like, is this the first time that he's ever cheated? And OP replied, it's not. I found out it's the second time. But I don't want my son to know what happened. He's unaware and happy, thinking his dads will be together forever. I don't want to break that illusion. Asked why, like, how they didn't notice him, basically, in the doorway. And OP replied, I was really too shocked and hurt by what I saw that I just stood there without them noticing me. And then I heard my son and unconsciously focused on him and only him. A coping mechanism, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was mostly on autopilot. Commenter says, not the asshole, but you should leave. I know it won't be easy, but if you stay, think of it as showing Jack that it's okay for your husband or wife to treat you badly. If you want him to know about happily ever after, you need to show him that it's okay not to settle, and you work hard for your goals no matter what they are, and work towards them with kindness, honesty, and integrity. Kids are far more impressionable than we give them credit for, and as someone who has known so many families where the person being hurt hasn't walked away, that hurt spreads until it damages everyone. Relating to just yourself here, there is a huge safety factor. Regardless of the sex of each individual involved, staying with a cheater also puts you in danger because you don't know everyone they're sleeping with and, more importantly, what STIs they can be carrying. So think about your son and your health and leave. Emotionally, if you're surrounded by people telling you to forgive and forget, those people are not safe to be around as you have no clue if they've been hiding this from you for a while either. And then we have the first update. Well, first of all, I want to thank you. You got a big loan?
I got a very big loan.
Are we gonna get our asses handed to us by some loan sharks?
Possibly. I could figure that out. It would be a little bit difficult to do, that's all. Because I don't want to, like, fuck up not having employees as well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is he on top
Hey,
of something?
in the meantime, Tyler,
Yeah.
why don't you grab a hammer and follow me around cleaning up all the bits that I hit?
Yeah.
Because this is how we spend the money. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know why you went in the... hello, Tyler? I was standing right next to you and you ran in the complete opposite direction.
Because I thought you were gonna go in the store.
Nope. There won't be that many. I think my goal here is to get under 5,000 every day until the loan sharks start doing their thing. Because the loan I took out is like a $50,000 one for like 14 days. So like it's because of the interest like $5,000 a day.
Mm-hmm.
But I might be... yeah, I don't know. I think the problem is just that we have the auto pay thing on.
Yeah.
Alright.
All goody.
Looks like it. We'll tear through these pillars eventually, Tyler.
We got this. I believe in us.
We'll probably get the first achievement today of invoices paid. Because that's a new achievement. Nope, salary is the one that didn't get paid. Cool. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we should worry about the loan one, about the not paying the loan one back, and we'll just do that on a separate save, like immediately. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Ugh. All right.
Missing cat.
Yeah, there is a missing cat.
Missing cat. Missing cat. Missing cat. There's only so many places we can go. I wonder if you have to parkour somewhere. I'm gonna get on top of this awning. Gonna get there.
You can't from there. See?
That wasn't even the awning I was talking about, but yeah.
Hmm. Missing cat.
There's only so many places it could be. We don't have a lot of, like, place to go, you know? Eh.
What is it?
Oh, I got up on the awning and then I got on the ledge of the building and I tried to hop up onto the billboard there, but I couldn't quite make it.
Tyler, can we move these fountains out a bit more, please? Because people keep on getting stuck on them.
Okay. Ugh.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just... It really doesn't want to just sit on the ground in a way that I can see. I can't fucking see.
What do you mean?
Like, go into placement mode and try to move it. I'm just trying to move it slightly out, and it just won't.
Well, you can't put it in itself first. But yeah, people are getting clogged in here. Cloggers! What are you doing?
Trying to get on the ceiling. Roof. I'm at roof.
What?
Why do you take?
I don't know how to drop. F? G?
It's F.
Oh. Yeah, I don't... It's up here. This is the way you get on the roof.
There's still an invisible wall.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that damn cat, is the thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Man, I'd love to ask in the Discord about it, but you know.
Yeah.
Where's the ladder?
In my hand.
Okay, why... Are you doing something with it?
Yes. Hehehe.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take it. I'm now up high. You could see the spawning and despawning spawning ports from here. Hi, I see you up there. How'd you get up on the roof?
Using the ladder.
I thought there was Invisiwall. Oh, are you just like along the edge of the... You're not actually on the roof, you're just along the edge of it?
More or less.
Is there nothing of interest up there?
Nope.
No cat.
You didn't try very hard to get up here, though.
Yeah, because you said there was nothing of interest, and I trust you. You're my friend, and I trust you. You would never lie to me.
Pretty fucking gay, bro.
I know.
That is not how that alarm goes.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's the alarm I use. I know that's not how it goes.
It's also the alarm I use, and I know that's how it goes.
You're literally wrong. That is not how it goes.
It's 100% how it goes.
You're literally wrong. Also, a lot of the debris from the pillars and shit is fallen behind in this room that we can't get to.
Fun.
Why'd you move the hammer? God damn it.
I moved one hammer. There's still loads of hammers.
That's not why I was asking. What do you mean? Yeah, okay, that doesn't... Anyway,
I just checked something
what?
because I thought perhaps they were being sneaky and they hid the cat in a something you could buy, like a decoration, right?
Okay.
And because they said there's an achievement for finding the missing cat, and I'd be like, that would be an easy way to track that achievement. Like, if you get that achievement, it's like if you buy the thing.
Yes, and?
I looked through all of the available things, and there was nothing that appeared to have a cat on it.
Okay.
Yeah, there is some rubble in this guy's room. Hey, grab a hammer and smash that.
No, I'm talking about the way more that's in this room that has no one in it.
Yeah, there's... yeah.
I still love that you got jump scared by that.
Yeah. Yuck it up.
I am.
It's real funny.
It is. Bro got jump scared in the supermarket together.
It's real funny.
It is.
Boom, boom, boom. Where are they? Where is cat? Trash. Moto. Trash. Thank you.
They're getting to it. Also, how do you know that was Moto and not Tomo?
I don't. Do they use each other's charging stations?
I don't know. Probably not.
That sounds like one of those covert ways to ask if they're gay
Yeah.
or like in a relationship. It's like, do they, you know, use each other's charging stations?
Well, I don't know where this cat is.
Me neither.
I think this might be the most money we've made in a single day. Tyler.
What?
I think this might be the most money we've made in a single day.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah, at this point, probably just continue with the Reddit stories.
Kit. Kit. Hello. Get.
What?
I've looked at it. Get.
Okay. Did someone say money? No, they didn't. Oh, well, okay, so... Relax, Tyler, I've got it.
What are you doing?
Grab the ladder. And then get the fuck out of the way. I looked up an achievement guide for it. Well, come on, what are you doing? Is Tyler super duper mega awesome? You can't handle the truth.
You could pet this cat as many times as you want.
Can
It
you?
doesn't tell you to come back later.
Oof. Huh, you can. Funny that. Anyway.
Alright. Story.
Yeah. And I am going to move this train. I'm going to keep it because we spent money on it, but I am going to move it.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for your advice, and I want to explain some things before the actual update. But thank you for opening my eyes about my situation. 1. Peter and Allison didn't notice me when I saw them. There was music very loud downstairs, and they weren't facing the door. 2. I didn't stop them because I was in shock. I just stood there for a moment, and then I heard my son, so I unconsciously focused on him. I was pretty much an autopilot. 3. Peter didn't come to the hotel with me because I changed to a different one. He did try to follow me, but I took a taxi and left. As far as I know, he's staying with his parents, and Allison left. 4. We met when I was 20 and he was 30. We started as friends, but we ended up dating. Yes, we're both men, and no, I didn't feel manipulated or groomed by him. They never do.
Tyler, sometimes it's not that, okay?
Those were the most asked things, and I did answer some comments, not all. Now on to the update. I did as some of you said and took some tests to discard any STIs or STDs. The results are coming back in a few days, and I'll take another one in 3 weeks to be sure. My son is having a sleepover with a friend, and I decided to speak with my husband. He came by our house after a few minutes after I texted him. He asked about Jack, and I told him where he was. And then we sat on the couch and started talking. I started crying after a few minutes, and he followed after. I asked some simple questions. When, why, how many times? Among others, this is what I could figure out from all the things he said. It happened for the first time when he visited his parents alone 2 years ago. They invited her, they both got drunk, he was feeling lonely as I had been giving more attention to Jack since we adopted him, and they slept together. Nothing happened again until our son's birthday party. He said his mother pressured him a bit and he caved. I don't believe he did it for that reason, but I don't know. He said he doesn't love her, and I believe him, but that doesn't negate the fact of what he did. After talking for a while, I told him that I wanted a divorce. He started sobbing and begging for another chance, but I told him that I can't give him another chance because I wouldn't be able to trust him again, and I don't want that in a relationship. He kept crying and begging for another 30 minutes until I told him that we have to think about Jack and his well-being, that we could stay friends and co-parent him. Then he got mad, really mad. He started yelling that it was all Jack's fault and that we shouldn't have adopted him and that he's the one who's getting between us. I was crying and really scared. I'd never seen him that angry. He hit a table and then stormed out of the house. I called the house where Jack was staying at and told them if Peter shows up there, they can't open the door. After that little episode, I was scared that Peter would try to hurt Jack. I called my friend again, Thomas, and told him everything that happened. He came by and is staying with me until I'm better. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what to do and how to go on with the divorce. And then we have some comments. Some non-replied to comments. Comment. You're absolutely not wrong for not forgiving your husband. His reaction to the news of the divorce, blaming your adopted son, is alarming and shows his true colors. Stay strong and prioritize your and Jack's safety. Another comment. Sorry you are going through this. On the bright side, it seems like you'll have no problem getting full custody. It's better to have one loving parent than two co-parents where one is resenting you for your mere existence. Another comment. I can't believe he's taking no accountability for his actions and blaming your completely innocent son. Every time you start missing your soon-to-be ex, I want you to please remember what he said about your son. It'll be painful, but it will strengthen your heart and mind to move on from that toxic man. You're definitely not the asshole. Keep striving for a healthy, happy new relationship for you and your son. Second update.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ah, Bison! There was a really funny leaning tower of product, and I went to take a screenshot of it. The NPCs are moving so fucking fast, though, that Poison ran in and took it and made it fall down, and then photobombed the screenshot, because, you know, they take like a second to load.
Uh-huh. Nice. Post a screenshot.
No, I didn't save it.
Hi again. Sorry for taking so long to update, but it's been a chaotic week and I'm pretty shaken up, but I'll try to summarize it. My husband has been showing up at my work, following me and calling me from burner phones. I was afraid he'd go after Jack like many of you said he would, but he didn't. He said a lot of stuff, but I'll try to write the important things. He said that he missed when we were just us, that I stopped paying attention to him when we adopted Jack, that I wasn't his anymore. He said that he missed how dependent I was on him. I was very insecure when we met, but I started working on my issues when we adopted Jack because I didn't want to be a bad example for him. When we got married, I used to get sick all the time. I was weak and tired, so he would take care of me 24/7. The doctors couldn't tell what was wrong with me, and I didn't get better until a bit after we adopted Jack. I guess that dependence is what he's missed. Yesterday, he followed me to work and started screaming that I was his and that we made vows to stay together. We had to call security, and he waited for me next to my car. I panicked and took a taxi home.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. Loading. Buffering. He keeps messaging me and showing up to our house. I took a few weeks off of work to be with Jack, although he's taking this better than me. I made an appointment with a therapist for him when the divorce is finalized, I'll go to one myself. I've been debating what to do. I'll update when something happens.
In the meantime, do you want to smash more stuff? It's still in the storage.
Yes, I do. Oop.
Alright, that's all I'm doing.
After this, I have to go get my sheets.
Oh, good. I'll just start the next day and fast forward through it.
And then I have to put my cum on.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me
You
to
have to yell at me or I won't do it.
Do I yell at you now, or...?
Sheets first.
Okay.
As soon as I'm done cleaning this up, then yell at me for sheets.
We do officially have every shop expansion, though. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, this is way too much storage space.
Yeah.
This is just so much storage space. It's also so much shop space.
Yep, alright. Go do your sheets. Your sheets! Your sheets! I'm sick, so I can't do it as effectively.
Alright, that's okay. I'll go get my sheets.
Ah, the sale.
I return.
Hello. Come! I'm sick. You have to yell at Tyler to come for me.
Come! Come!
Thank you, Kitty.
Come, Tyler! Come!
Thank
I'm
you.
working on it.
You're welcome. Get it?
You're welcome. Get it? Is that what you just fucking said?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome. Get it?
Yes, we get it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I got it.
By the way, we
I
hired
thought
a
it was
new
funny.
we hired a new worker. It's Ekam.
Yay!
We only have one empty worker slot left. Bro, that's gay.
It should be charm.
Did you? We already have a charm. Yes.
Oh.
So we have like 50 million female slots.
Hey, I got an Ekam.
Yeah, you did. does the coveted last slot go to?
It's a good question. We could rehire Sophidia.
We should hire Dominic. He'd be fun.
Doesn't sound like fun.
He'd be fun. He's a Gilderoy. The Gilderoys are fun. Would you say no to family?
Yes. In a heartbeat. Explicitly.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm on the choo choo. Choo choo. Choo choo. Chugga 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 chugga.
Anyway, continue.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a question.
Sure.
So you know the mission that I'm gonna DM for?
No.
Do you know, like, about it?
No.
Not like, do you know any details? Like, you know that there is a mission, right?
I suppose. What is the question that you're asking, Tyler?
For that mission, would I also be playing Mori and Poison and Charm / Lucille, whoever's there at that time, and who else? That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably not.
I was of two minds about it, because, like, on one hand, I was like, well, they're NPCs. Like, obviously, Aretha would still play Millie, because she's, you know, for all intents and purposes, his player character. Like, his player. Or, like, his PC. But, like, Mori, Poison, Lucille, Charm, they're NPCs that he plays because he's DM. So if I was DM, then perhaps I would play them. But they're also, you know, his characters. So
This is not a Reddit story I'm noticing.
I said I had a question.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Am I forbidden from asking questions now?
You sound like Sophia.
Are we forbidden from just having conversations that don't like
You sound
have
like
Reddit?
you sound like Sophia. Lol.
How? Explain yourself right
The
now.
tone of your voice, literally. Anyway, like I said, probably not.
Okay. Guess I'll just open Reddit then.
Well, I don't know what else to say.
Just anything, like just probably not, because I feel comfortable playing them and I know how to play them. Anything like that? Elaboration, or you just want to say probably not and that's it?
Well, I don't really know. I'm not thinking about it.
Okay.
I am sick, like I said, Tyler. I don't have much brain capacity at the moment.
Okay. Comments. It's good that you're prioritizing Jack and your own mental health by seeing a therapist. You deserve to feel safe and supported. It's wild how some people can't handle change, right? Your husband seems to be stuck in the past, and it's not fair to you or Jack. Just remember, you're doing what's best for both of you, and that's truly what matters. Another update. Hi guys, this is the final update for anyone who's interested. I'm only doing this update to give it some closure because some people messaged me to ask about it, so here it is. This has been a really difficult time, but I'm almost divorced. I have primary custody of Jack, and I've got a restraining order against Peter and Allison. I'll try to be quick, but a lot
Allison?
happened.
Oh,
Allison is the ex-wife.
yeah. Yeah. Why her? Is she starting to get involved in this shit? That's nasty.
I suppose so, yeah. So after I made the post, Peter kept calling and stalking me, and I didn't know what to do until I didn't know what to do until I started packing Peter's stuff and found a box of pictures of me from before we met, like 3 or 4 years before we met,
Oh,
while he was still
man.
married to Allison.
Alright.
I never knew why they got divorced. He just said it was too painful to talk about, so I never asked. But I swallowed my anger and sent Allison a message to ask her about the pictures. And she told me that they got divorced because she saw him stalking my Facebook several times and found the same box that I did. He called it an innocent crush and curiosity, but she thought he was cheating on her and they got divorced. A year later, he met me, but Allison always thought I was the side piece.
Gross.
So she decided to be the side piece. I read a few comments saying that maybe I was sick because he was making me sick. I don't know if that's possible. I don't really know. I mean, the illnesses were bad enough to make me stay in bed, like having a bad cold, but I don't know. I stopped digging. After I found the pictures, I confronted Peter without Jack in the house, and he seemed, I don't know, proud. He kept smiling and saying that all he did was for us, that it was love at first sight, and we were destined, and he was just making sure it happened. Apparently, we had met before we became friends. I remember meeting him at a party through some friends, but we met before as teenagers. He and I lived close by town. He and I lived in close by towns, and my school made some trips to the towns nearby, and we met on one of those trips. We were something like friends, but only for a summer because he went to college and I soon forgot about him. But he found my Facebook, and the story continued. I was horrified, to say the least. He tried to console me and tell me that it was fine, that he did it out of love, and that if only we hadn't adopted Jack, everything would be fine.
I'm upping the sale slightly more to see if it gets even more products sold to 35%.
hmm I was bawling my eyes out. My entire marriage was a lie. He said that he only slept with Allison because he knew that it would get my attention and that we didn't have to go through with the divorce. That I know he loves only me and that's it. He promised to be a better dad to Jack if I made more time for him. He told me to quit my job because he earned enough to take care of all of us and that would give me more time with him. I was in shock and then he hugged me, calming me down. I admit that for a moment I allowed him to hold me, I allowed myself to consider his proposal, but I kept thinking about his lies. It wasn't about the cheating, it was the stalking, the lies, the obsession. It creeped me out. So I tried to pull away and tell him I'd go through with the divorce. He refused. He hugged me tighter and screamed that I needed him, that he could protect me, that he could take care of me, that he could save me, that I was his husband and only his. I was terrified. I slapped him and pulled away, yelling at him to get out of my house. He didn't. He just kept screaming and holding on to me until a neighbor heard the commotion and called the police. I filed a restraining order and have been taking care of Jack since.
Yeah, ouch. That's disgusting.
Yeah. During the divorce proceedings, Peter asked for 50-50 custody, which surprised me because in all this time he hasn't really cared about seeing Jack. But I later found out that it was only because he would get to see me and talk to me regularly. He's been contesting every single thing about the divorce, trying to make it last longer than it has to, and it's been working. He offered to give me child support even though we have 50-50 custody. He allowed me to keep the house and other stuff. So that's what's been going on in my life. The only happy thing that happened was Halloween. Jack insisted on dressing up as Spider-Man and me dressing up as Tony Stark, so we did, and I took him trick-or-treating. It was the most adorable sight ever, and I knew I made the right choice with him and Peter. I'm sorry for such a long post, but this will probably be the last update. Thank you so much for the advice and hearing me rant. Then we have some comments.
Oh boy.
Comment. How did you meet on a school trip as teenagers when your husband is 10 years older than you? If it was the summer before you left for colleges, weren't you like before you left for college, weren't you like 8? No, and OP replied, no, he was already in college. He just left again. He was spending the summer in his hometown. Sorry for not explaining better.
I still don't understand, but I don't care.
OP elaborates. He had pictures from before I thought we met when I was 20. He was already in college. He was just spending his summer in his hometown. We met in that summer when I was about 14. So he was 24 and OP was 14 when they met for the first time. The first time that OP forgot about.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when Peter, the husband, started obsessing over him.
Yeah, that's
When
different.
he was 14.
Yeah, that's gross.
Sorry for the messy writing. English isn't my first language. And we have another update.
Of course.
I
That
know I
was
said
the
that was
last
the
update.
last update.
Yep.
Yeah.
My
I
favorite.
know I said that was my
updates.
last update. That last update would be my final. But I'm very confused right now. So we're finishing with the divorce proceedings, but Peter's attitude has done a 180. I don't know if I'm crazy or what. The last time I posted here, Peter was basically saying that our son was the reason for our divorce, and only wanted custody of him to see me. Well, now he's being father of the year. A friend of mine, Dean, fake name, is handling the drop-offs and pickups of Jack so that I don't have to see Peter. And at first he was mad and called me because he thought he and I were dating, and then he didn't care. Now I thought that he was going to treat Jack badly, so I kept a very close eye on him, asked him questions about his father, how everything was going, etc. Jack told me he's been acting like the perfect dad. He's nice, he plays with him, helps him, is completely different from before. I have talked to Peter, and he told me he was going to therapy, which I'm happy for, and he has messaged me, apologized, and told me that we should try couples therapy. I declined, and he hasn't asked again, but he wants us to meet up at his house tomorrow to discuss everything that happened. He said it was part of his therapy. It most assuredly is not.
Well,
I haven't gone to therapy.
I-
I can't afford it right now.
I don't think. I think that, like, I don't know.
I don't think a good therapist would suggest to someone who is abusive and is trying to like unlearn whatever was
I
making
didn't
them
actually
abusive.
say anything, Tyler. I didn't make a point. I retracted it.
Sorry, am I not allowed to just talk?
No, but you're. Don't worry.
I haven't gone to therapy. I can't afford it right now, but Jack is. I can't say I don't miss Peter because he was a great partner and husband before everything went down, but I don't trust him after all that happened. So I don't know what to say to him tomorrow or how to express how I feel about it. Is it wrong to miss him? I mean, this whole thing happened because he slept with someone else, so... And I know that he hasn't seen Allison and won't be seeing her again because she's also done. Should I just move past it? Jack is also saying he misses the three of us together. He's cried to me about it more times than I can count and asked why I can't just forgive his dad. What the hell am I supposed to do? To feel? It's a short update. I guess that I'm just trying to vent without judgment from people I know, and give an update to those who asked it. Thanks again for the support I received from my other posts. Comment one comment. It's love bombing. He knows your child is your priority, so that's what he's targeting. My ex cheated and was a diagnosed sociopath slash sex addict. To quote proved he'd changed, he joined Sex Addicts Anonymous and show that he'd changed. He even sent me a photo of his 1-month chip. I told him I'd never take him back again regardless, so he never went back again, and told me that he'd wished he'd given me an STD, I was pregnant,
Yeah.
so that I'd have an effed up kid so that no one would ever want me. Love bombing isn't just sending gifts. It's knowing someone so well that you can target them to get what you want. Another comment. I would be very careful right now. He's acting like Father of the Year, which is out of character for him. He knows what you value, and it's Jack. So he's doing everything to win you back by being the best dad to Jack. He even has Jack asking you why you can't forgive his father. I'd be wary that he's coaching Jack in small ways to try and win you back. This is either genuine or a master plan. The way he acted before about you being his makes me think it may not be genuine. I would stay the line you're currently in and just monitor the situation, because the last thing you want to do is cave only to realize it was all fake. He even told you before that he cheated because you weren't paying enough attention to him, so what happens if he feels like that again? Green light for him to sleep with someone else? I wish you all the best. Update me.
Yeah. Oh.
Another comment. Please don't go back. You were scared. He followed you. You feared what he would do to your child. You feared for your safety. My ex did a lot of the same stuff, and it's been 10 years and he didn't get better. And no, not the cheating, the obsession, the creepy. Once I was gone for over a year, more and more kept happening, or becoming clearer. How old were you when you first met or in the photos? Because that's insane. 14, we knew from the comments from
Yeah,
before. Okay, I'm gonna clear up a smaller update, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna clear up a few
Jesus
things before I give you
Christ.
the actual update. I don't answer comments. I prefer to answer every question here instead of answering the same question separately. 1. I should have explained it better, but my restraining order was a temporary one, only for 30 days. 2. Peter was a very good husband. I read that he was abusive all throughout our relationship. He wasn't, and he was a very good dad to Jack. Everything went to hell when I caught him cheating. 3. What Jack was saying wasn't told by Peter. I talked to him and I made sure. He's just been missing our life before. 4. Peter would never touch Jack like some of you suggested. My case may make it seem like he could, but he never even touched me or groomed me. I did talk to Jack just to be sure, and he reassured me that nothing happened. Now on to the update. I did meet with Peter. Most of you told me not to go to his apartment, so I told him to meet at a park, take a walk or something. When I saw him, he was different. He looked very depressed and he hugged me when he saw me. He wouldn't stop apologizing for what happened. We started talking and walking. He didn't justify what he said or did, but he did say that he regrets it. He said he misses me and misses being together. I asked about Allison, and he told me that he cut her and his parents out, which I believe he did. Then I asked about what he said about Jack. He basically said that he resented Jack for a long time because my attention wasn't on him anymore, and it was selfish. But he was too used to being the center of my world, so when it suddenly changed, he couldn't take it. He told me he loves Jack, but he maintains that if giving him up meant having me back, he would do it in a heartbeat. We talked for hours while Jack was with my friend. I cried a lot, and there were things I decided not to ask, like if he was drugging me, like some of you said, because I honestly don't want to know. We have been texting these past few days, mostly about Jack, but I'm considering family therapy, mostly to help Jack cope with everything. The divorce is still happening, which Peter wasn't too happy about, but he wasn't angry anymore, just sad. I also recently met a guy in a coffee shop, and we have been texting a lot, so I'll see how that turns out. That's it for the moment. I'll update you guys if you have many questions or if something else happens.
So this is not the final update? I was asking jokingly.
I think the rest of this video is just comments.
Yeah.
Comments. Comment. You dating someone else is gonna show you who Peter really is, because you still refuse to believe it. Another comment. Yeah, I don't really want to be the one to say this, because your life is your life, but I genuinely think you should hold off any dating whatsoever. Was he a good partner and father before? Not really, because all of that is tainted and irrevocably changed because he's been playing behind the scenes to make you his. Your relationship wasn't a natural process of knowing each other and falling in love. It's been him stalking you for years and threw away his previous relationship to manipulate a friendship and then romance with you. Like, really think about it. Your ex-husband played puppet master the entire time you've known him. Every meaningful moment was highly likely to have been orchestrated by him without you knowing that. How he wants to give up the son that you guys adopted. He blames your son for the relationship and failing and tried to convince you to give him up. I remember that one update you did where he told you that he'd take care of you and give you everything so you could stop working and be home with him. If you were a woman, there would have been a barefoot and pregnant added to that.
What was that last part?
Said if you were a woman, there would have been a barefoot and pregnant added to that.
I don't understand what barefoot means in this situation.
Basically it means that, like, it's implying a situation where the woman has no reason or, like, ability to leave, so they're always barefoot, because they don't put on shoes to leave anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're stuck.
Okay. Every day I live on this earth and I find another idiom that people have decided to use to mean a completely different thing. I hate it a little bit more.
Okay. This man is obsessed with you, wants you with him always, and still blames your son for taking your attention, and probably would give him up if given the chance, and you think dating is still doable? Please think about not starting anything with anyone, because if your ex has gone to these lengths, I guarantee you getting a boyfriend will push him further. If your son was in this relationship with someone who acted and did all the same things as your ex, what would you tell him?
I don't understand what people are saying. Like, it doesn't sound like OP wanted to think about dating the boy again, like the ex.
Well, because OP mentioned texting someone a lot at the coffee shop and being like, "We'll see where this goes."
That's a different
Everyone's
person.
like, "Y'all, yeah," but like, they're still saying that like maybe you should like fully recover from this relationship first before you like jump into another one. Because, like, for one, this divorce isn't even finalized. Another comment. So men also manipulate other men when they're in a relationship. It isn't just us women who fall for it. Because my guy, you have and still are, which is very concerning for you. Not to mention Jack, because the second Peter gets a whiff of you dating someone, phew. My advice is to hold off on dating and get a therapist, because clearly you're not good at seeing red flags and could end up in a situation or relationship just as toxic as this one. Which, sadly, is the most common for people coming out of a toxic relationship. You go back to what you sort of knew.
I feel personally attacked by that one.
Have one friend that does and is still surprised when crap hits the wall, no matter how many times you point out the same red flags with a banner in the sky, and you have a kid in the mix. Best of luck, OP. That's it for that one.
Insane. So all the pillars are gone, it's just the support beams. And they only take 800 to blow up, so it probably won't take more than like a single day or two to get all of them. There are way more of them though.
No more pillars. Alright. Next story.
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't show what the title is here. Give me a moment. I have to unmute so I can hear what the title is. I, 22 female, believe my boyfriend, 28 male, might be tampering with my toothbrush.
Okay.
This is probably the weirdest and most disgusting thing I've ever typed, but I think I'm slowly realizing that my boyfriend has been doing something really fucked up. We've been together for about a year and a half. He's always been a little passive-aggressive when he's upset. He won't talk things through, he just gets quiet or moody and gives me the silent treatment, or accuses me of trying to continue arguments when I'm trying to hash things out until the conversation ends. He loves to reset and act like an issue or disagreement never happened.
Healthy?
Anyways, a few months ago... Huh?
Healthy?
Yeah. Sounds... yeah. What are you talking about, OP? You just don't argue. Anyway, a few months ago, I started noticing that my toothbrush was being moved. It's electronic and it'd be off the charger on its side, or the whole thing is scooted backward or forward. I thought it was just getting knocked around because our countertop is small. Eventually, I started noticing that it would be wet in the middle of the day, or other times when I hadn't recently brushed my teeth. One time I noticed something on it, like it had been used to clean grout. That's when I started keeping a small spare toothbrush hidden in my makeup bag, which was never moved or messed with. Here's the part that really makes me feel sick. I finally confronted him after struggling to come to the reality that someone might be this disgusting, and said something straightforward along the lines of, "Are you doing something to my toothbrush when you're mad at me?" And he just laughed and said, "You're crazy," and then refused to talk about it further.
Oh my god, if there wasn't a bigger sign that it was actually happening.
Yeah. Talk about textbook gaslighting. I don't even know how to process that. Like, what? I haven't seen him do it, so I don't have proof, but I know something's up. I feel crazy, but my gut is screaming at me that this is real, and he's getting back at me by putting my toothbrush in the toilet or something else gross. I haven't told anyone because it's honestly humiliating and gross, but I feel trapped between thinking I'm paranoid and realizing I might be with someone who would literally put my toothbrush in the toilet to get back at me. What do I even do?
Leave him. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. This comment, like, really says the, like, what I'm feeling is like, just break up. The fact that he's moody and gives you the silent treatment is enough of a reason.
Honestly.
Even if he wasn't doing that shit. Like, just leave. It's immature and exhausting behavior. But if you have this gut feeling about your toothbrush, just trust it and leave. You don't need proof. You don't need a good enough reason. Also, his response is bogus. If my husband asked me if I had tampered with his toothbrush, I'd reassure him, not call him crazy, and then I'd give him a new toothbrush from my stash if he doubted his. His response of calling you crazy is just unkind and doesn't explain your legit concern. Does he gaslight you in other ways? There are so many men out there that you won't have to worry about this with. Just dump him.
Yeah. Miss me with that shit.
OP replied, "I think I already knew I was going to, but I needed reassurance to get the courage, and I've been embarrassed to talk about it IRL. He's asleep next to me right now, and I haven't been able to sleep all night thinking about this dumb shit, so I made a throwaway, LOL. I don't know if he gaslights me, but he definitely believes there is a give and take to everything, and if I upset him, then in turn he has full rights to retaliate towards me, whether he mentions the issue to me or not. He's demeaning and discourages me from attending classes. I don't know what I was holding on to, our old friendship and feelings, I guess. I could tell he thought me realizing was genuinely funny. Ugh.
I mean, I'd do the same to his then.
I'd just leave.
I'd do that as well, but like, both?
Yeah. And the first commenter replies, "He discourages you from attending classes? That's awful. Don't be with someone who holds you back. Also, him retaliating whenever you upset him is troubling. That suggests he wants to hurt you and is just waiting for a reason. Don't be with a guy who hurts you deliberately. You deserve to be treated kindly."
Yeah.
Someone else comments, "This shouldn't even be a thought in your mind of this being a possibility. The fact that it is, you're probably right." OP replied, "Thank you. I felt sure, and then when we talked, he just dismissed me, and I questioned myself. It's nice to have reassurance."
Alright. Got lots of stuff to break, Tyler. You want to run around, hammer and clean up as much of it as you can?
Hammer, 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 hammer. Hammer. Hammer, hammer, hammer.
It'll be everywhere, just keep FYI.
Hammer, 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 hammer. I quickly got sick of that.
Quickly got sick of what?
For like the first 3 or 4 pieces, I just said hammer, 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 hammer. And then I was like, nope, not doing that.
Fair enough. Well, it might take more than I realized.
I can't get this one because it's under the shelf.
Try harder. Yeah, I'm already about to run out of the money that I feel comfortable spending. Yeah. What are you doing?
Hold on.
What? You're just standing still. What are you doing?
I know. Hold on.
What are you doing?
Don't feel like clicking anymore.
I don't know if I would like the idea of you using an auto clicker because I don't want you to accidentally click on another thing and spend more money. But I suppose it
I'm
should be
paying
fine.
attention. I just have to not look at anything else.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I suppose it should be fine because they're only up. Smashy, smashy. Supermarket Simulator released a hotfix that fixed the achievements. So I loaded it up and got 12 achievements and then immediately closed and uninstalled it again.
If by fix the achievements, do you mean they added more than 3 achievements?
Yeah, they did that ages ago. They were just broken.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed. Alright. End of working day. Woohoo! So many people in here.
Is there another lady name that we could think of for our campaign?
Let's see. We got Eileen, we got Esmiro. Well, let's go from, like, most important here. We got Millie. We got Lucille. We got Charm. Mavari, Esmira, Eileen. There's a rock on top of this dumpster. I can't think of one. You go with Maria in honor of Mavari's super dead friend.
Hey, Ashita is raiding with a party of one. Thank you for the raid. Yeah.
Isn't... Is that really a raid, or is that more of just Hayashida's here now? What a way to make an entrance.
Hey, don't comment about it, Tyler.
Oh, come on, it's kind of funny.
No, we're thankful for the raid regardless.
I know, it's fun. I'm thankful. I just think it's also funny.
Tyler.
Alright.
What were you playing? Happy the Adorodurg? I don't know, you must have raided the wrong stream if you're looking for one of those. What were you playing though? You're in the right place, trust. Don't know about that one.
Hemelo Dergi be your kobold again.
God damn it. Why do you do this to me? I'm not cute! I'm not cute!
The notes on your face state otherwise.
I didn't put them there though. Ah, the sale! Fuck you guys, it's all your fault. W. Tyler, shut up, Dex.
Thank you, Dex.
You can't silence me. I could sit in your face.
Alright. I shall continue.
Yeah.
Update.
There's more!
Update.
Oh no, this is the toothbrush one.
Yeah, this is the toothbrush one. When I wrote that first post, I felt
Oh.
sick, confused, and honestly ashamed.
Oh. Brown
Whatever.
goop.
Ew.
Gross.
I didn't think anyone would even read it, let alone respond, but I did get responses, a lot of them. And something about that being seen in a situation I was quite quietly drowning in shifted something in me. I didn't give him another chance because I still couldn't believe what was happening. I gave him one because a part of me wanted him to redeem himself. I wanted him to see how scared I was, how small he'd made me feel, and do something decent for once. After the first night I posted here, I thought maybe if I brought it up again, calmly, and gave him a real opening to be honest, he might finally do the right thing. What about his behavior up to this point made you think he could? But
When you're
anyway.
wearing rose-tinted glasses, they're just flags, Tyler.
Yeah. Instead, he doubled down. This time, he implied that it might be his daughter, an 8-year-old girl. He shrugged and said, "Kids do weird stuff like that. Maybe she's been playing a trick on you." And when I tried to bring out how unsafe and confused I felt for months, how he used to leave my food out on purpose when he was mad, and how he pushed me to drop both work and school, how isolated and anxious I'd become, he brushed it all off, said they were just normal relationship disagreements that could have been worked through if I communicated better.
Ugh.
It was so dismissive it actually stunned me. I realized in that moment that nothing I said would ever matter to him and never had. So I dropped it. I smiled. I pretended to believe him. I told him it was probably just all in my head. I didn't expect anyone to respond when I reached out. I've been so cut off from everything. But one of them did pretty much immediately, like she was waiting. Oh,
What are you talking
Ceased.
about?
I think She's saying like she didn't expect any of her friends to respond when she reached out.
Okay, it feels like you just missed some of the post.
No, it goes straight. It says, I told him it was probably all just in my head. And then goes, I didn't expect anyone to respond. I think because she's saying that was the end of that conversation, and then she moved on to leaving.
But she hasn't moved on to, like, that.
Well, that's what she's saying here, if you hear her out. She said, I didn't expect anyone to respond when I reached out. I've been so cut off from everything. But one of them did pretty much immediately, like she was waiting to hear from me again. She told me I could crash on her couch for a few weeks while I find a job back in my home state. Probably bartending or waitressing again. I don't care. I just need it out. She waited for me at a restaurant nearby. All I had to do was text her the second he left to drop his daughter off with her mom. The moment that door closed behind him, I grabbed everything I could carry, just a couple of bags, and left all the big stuff behind without even looking back. It took 6 hours to get back home, but I'm here now. I'm safe. My body already feels different. Of course, I've already gotten texts. His daughter's mom, her family, asking where I've gone and begging me to come back, or saying the kid will miss me, that I was so good with her and they need help. And yeah, I'll miss her too. I really will. She didn't ask for any of this. I'm not doing this for anyone else anymore. I'm doing this for me, for the version of me who used to have friends, who used to go out, and have had her whole future planned.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone who commented and who reminded me that being scared in your own home isn't normal. Y'all helped me find the nerve to leave. This will be my only update on Reddit probably, but if anything else exciting happens, maybe I'll come back to this throwaway account and let y'all know. LOL. Some comments. Oh, that reminds me. When I was typing something to you. I don't remember what, but I ended the message with LOL. And for some reason, I was in like autopilot, and as I went to type LOL, I realized that I had typed ELE, and I was like, what on earth did I think I was typing? Because like I kind of get how my brain went, okay, I'm typing LOL, that's spelled EL, but then where'd I go with E right after that? What the fuck was I doing?
I have
So,
no idea, buddy.
I don't know. I crashed. Anyway, comments. Proud of you. Glad you got away safely. Don't respond to any of them and focus on healing. Heart emoji. Another comment. Heavy on this. It's sad that there is a child involved, but she'll be the excuse used to get you to communicate, possibly meet up. Please don't. It's best to block them on everything so you can start healing and move forward with your life. You don't know what he's told them, and unless it impacts your life in a real way, like job, housing, or whatever, it doesn't matter. When breakups happen, especially in situations like this, people tend to become mentally stuck longer because they start hearing inconsistencies and outright lies the ex is telling. The need to argue your case or tell your side is strong. But someone told me something a long time ago that I initially took the wrong way, but understanding it in context has helped me tremendously. Everyone eventually becomes the villain in someone else's story. You're human. You could be the best human in the world, but you'll still be the bad guy in someone's story. It's inevitable. Bump into someone and make them spill their drink? You apologized, but you may still be the villain when they retell it. She told me that because I was so bogged down in my side being heard after leaving an abusive relationship that it was as if I was still in it. Mentally, I was. Protect your peace and block them. Don't let him or his family and friends steal another moment of your peace. Another comment says, and that girl who helped you, that's amazing. She deserves a hug from every damn person on Reddit. Nope, he replies, she is amazing. I can't believe how quickly she was down to come so far to get me. And then another comment says, huge congrats to OP. To anyone reading this who thinks it's been too long to ask a friend for help, the real ones show up no matter how long it's been. And that's it. That's it for that.
Yeah. Alright. More smashy
Good for her.
smashy.
More smashy smashy!
Yep.
Smashy smashy. got a hammer.
Oh. Alright. There's a lot in the main store too.
I'll get it.
I mean, I am as well.
I am a rubble cleaning machine. Rubble. Rubble, toil and trouble.
I hate that, thanks.
What? You don't like Macbeth?
I can't see!
You smashed so much rubble that all the dust got in your eyes?
Well, no, the box is actually protecting me from that now.
Oh. It's a box.
Ow! What was that for?
Excessive.
Excessive. Didn't protect you from that, did it? So mean. I guess you hate me.
It's how we show affection.
But dropping...
Yes.
Ow?
Like how goats headbutt.
Speaking of that, because me and Dex got art from Renu, on Fiverr, Pasta saw it, and they're gonna get art from them as well.
I saw, I'm in the same server as you.
Yeah. It's very funny to me that, like, I got art because I saw Dex getting art, and then Pasta's getting art because they saw, both of ours. So Dex's one, like, desire to get art has spurned on, like, 3 commissions for them now. 4 maybe, because Pasta said they might get 2. And I've said that I want to get them. I want to get them for my D&D characters from her as well, because I like her art style.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was considering it, but they only do the ref sheets for furries, so...
They don't.
It says so on the commission sheet I looked.
Okay. They don't.
I can only tell you what it says on the commission sheet.
I know, and I'm telling you what they've said to me in fucking DMs. So...
No.
Shut up. Don't you know me?
I know you.
I know you know me, but don't you know me?
I know you.
I know you know me. We've known each other for ages.
Entirely too long at this point, honestly.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I've been looking for a new best friend. Applications will be open tomorrow.
You already got Dex. Just move them into co-host slot.
Yeah, nah.
Oh,
Kitty, 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 kitty,
I'll
kitty.
be Tyler's new best friend then. Fuck you.
I've already got one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have 2 others in competing slots that I have known for upwards of a decade, so...
One of them's a Sill. Who's the other one?
Leo.
I don't know who that is.
Is my other friend, my In Stars and Time friend as well.
Oh, okay.
They're much more shy, so I don't generally like try to integrate them into other friend circles, so...
That's fair.
The last time I tried was with that one friend I don't talk to anymore. They talked for like a day and then never again.
You have introduced them to my streams there?
I have sent the link when we were doing In Stars and Time.
Wow. They're not
They
a-
have a somewhat erratic, like, sleep and wakefulness schedule,
They're not a real one.
and
SMH.
not a very consistent one.
Not a real one, SMH. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh,
Mm.
yay.
What?
I petted the cat. Dex! Kitty, 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 kitty.
Yes, Tyler?
Hi, Dex!
Stop talking to my stream.
No, Tyler's talking to me.
Stop talking to my stream.
No, Tyler was talking to me first.
Stop talking to my stream.
Tyler was talking to
Stop
me
talking to my
first.
stream.
Tyler was talking
Stop
to me
talking to my
first.
stream.
Tyler was talking to me
Dex.
first.
Stop talking to my stream.
Hi, Dex! Hi, kitty, kitty!
Shut up. Stop talking to my stream.
Hi, Dex!
And you stop talking to my cat.
Hi, Tyler.
Shut
I
up.
wanna talk to your cat.
Stop talking to my stream. Stop talking to my stream. Stop talking to my stream.
Hi, Dex!
Stop talking to my cat.
Hi, Dex!
Neither of you fucking listen to me.
Hi Tyler, 33.
Don't say the number 33. I want Expedition 33 so bad.
Oh, I just watched the Yahtzee review on that.
Yeah.
Thirty-three, 33, 33, 33, 33.
You don't even know what you're doing. Uh-huh.
I'm wondering if it's just because he has more freedom to choose like games that actually interest him to review.
He seems happier.
With yeah, he seems like he's been doing. There's been a longer stream of games that he's like, even if there's like qualifiers, like it is this, but like I did enjoy myself. Like he just seems like he's like it's been a longer string of games that he's been more positive about,
Yeah.
and I don't know if that's because I doubt it's because games are better now, but like it might just be because he has more freedom. Like he doesn't. I guess if you have like a contract gig, then you are obligated to sort of play the latest Call of Duty or whatever, and
Mhm.
that gets annoying fast.
No, it's 100% that. Tyler, I want Expedition 33 so fucking bad.
It sounds interesting.
It's everything I love about difficult games like the fucking Dark Souls and shit, mixed with everything I love about JRPGs like Final Fantasy. How can I not viscerally want that?
Yeah, when he was describing like the struggling through menus, trying to figure out everyone's individual rule set and like the best equipment for them, I was like, oh, Aretha would have a fucking field day with that. I was like, I think that's right up Aretha's alley.
Literally. I want it so bad, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you understand.
I briefly changed our color. I'm changing it back now.
Why would you do that?
Because I noticed all of our employees were green with green names, and also that our store name was green. So I was like, maybe the two are related. Because I've always wondered why all our employees are green.
I don't know how many times I have to. I'm not sharing my stuff with you, so you don't know that gay party this stuff. Tyler, I don't know how many times I have to explain this to you, because you've asked this before. There is no reason, it's just because the dev said so.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense, though.
It does, actually.
Brum, 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 brum.
Literally, it does.
Brum, brum.
Explain to me how it doesn't.
What if I want them to be a different color?
Ask the dev. Can there be a different color in
What if I
any
get
other
banned?
game?
What if I get banned from the Discord?
The dev's not in that Discord. It's not an official one, after all.
No.
It might as well be, because there is no official Discord. But
Anyway. My 22 female boyfriend, 22 male, keeps letting his friend, 24 male, come on our dates.
Aretha, mature Aretha, mature.
Okay, so how we got into this predicament in the first place is that my boyfriend just really likes his friend Liam. He's like a brother to him. He saved his life once, etc. But he's on all of our dates.
Keeps on letting him ejaculate on my dried fruit.
Aretha, please.
I couldn't. I tried so hard, I couldn't.
I don't think you tried that hard.
I did. I did, genuinely.
Alright. But he's on all of our dates. I even brought one of my single friends on a date so we could double, but Liam and her didn't date, so that failed. I've honestly asked my boyfriend why Liam is on our dates, and he says that Liam is lonely, has nobody else, and he has no siblings or girlfriend. But then my boyfriend kind of guilts me because, and I know this sounds awful, Liam is like a fucking package for guilt. His mom died when he was young, and then his dad and him don't talk anymore, and so Liam just doesn't have anyone else to talk to. I honestly think my boyfriend is guilt-tripping me, and I don't think I can do this relationship anymore. If nothing changes, I'm leaving. This has gone on for 3 months. Like, sure, I feel bad for Liam, but I don't really know him, and it's not my problem. It's also not just dates, not just dates. Movie nights, he's here. Going to the mall, he's there. Where is he not?
That's cringe, bro.
Also, I know this sounds made up, and I still can't believe it, but it's very much real, and I basically just need validation that it's okay to break up with my boyfriend over this.
Okay. Casual reminder that it's okay to break up with your boyfriend for literally any reason.
Honestly.
Like, vibes can be the reason.
Like, there's I forget what the song calls, but it's one of those, like, Jack Stober songs, and one of the lines in it is like, "I think that I like you, but something bugs me about the way you lick your envelopes, so I'm out on the
Yeah.
block again."
Yeah.
Comment. It's okay to break up. You didn't sign up to be the third wheel in your own relationship. You can spend as much time with Liam as he wants as a single dude. And another comment. Before ending it, you are fully validated on doing so based on your post. Have you put your foot down? Why don't you plan dates with him and tell him his friend is not invited, period? And OP replies, I have, but as I said in the post, he always, like, guilt trips me into letting him come. Saying this out loud kind of just made me realize that he's manipulative. Edit/update. I called my soon-to-be ex-boyfriend to meet up, and I'm going to break up with him. I'm gonna tell him the exact reason, honestly. I swear if Liam is there, though, like, I'm not considering the possibility of not breaking up with him. It's not even just because of Liam. It's that he manipulates me into letting Liam come. Another update.
Fun.
I broke up with my ex, gonna call him Xavier. I went to where we agreed to meet up, and guess who he brought with him? You guessed it, Liam. I was very annoyed at this point. I told him I wanted to speak with him privately, and he fucking brings Liam. It's very uncomfortable to break up with someone in front of their best friend, but I was too pissed. I told him I said I wanted to speak privately, and he said, say it in front of Liam. Eventually I just get annoyed and say, that's it. I don't want Liam here, always in our private life, on dates everywhere. He basically said, remember what I told you about Liam's circumstances, blah, blah, blah. I said something like, I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck about what Liam's going through right now. This is about me breaking up with you. Meanwhile, Liam's just standing there looking confused. I'll get back to that later. So we basically get into a fight at this park, and it gets to the point where I tell him that he manipulates me into not kicking Liam out of our dates, and about everything he told me Liam went through, like a brother to Xavier, saved Xavier's life, dead mom, dad absent, no siblings, friends, girlfriend. And then Xavier looks like he got caught or something, and Liam gets angry, saying, what did you tell her? This is all really funny and really awful at the same time. It turns out, none of what Xavier told me was true. Liam has a fiance, has a real brother and sister, and his mom isn't dead. So anyway,
Oh
definitely
my
broke up with
God.
Xavier. Definitely broke up with Xavier. Like 40 minutes later, Liam DMs me basically saying that Xavier told Liam that I wasn't comfortable being alone with Xavier, and he thought that I wanted him to be on the dates. Sir, what?
What
He
was
said
the
that the reason why he
purpose?
agreed. I don't know. He said that the reason why he agreed is because his fiance is living in Europe to finish up her study abroad program, and that he had nothing better to do. So Xavier's just flat out a liar. Glad I broke up with him. Mad I got lied to, but oh well. This was honestly not a turn of events I was expecting, but I have to get it out somewhere.
Yeah, but like, to what end? Why?
The only thing I can think is that maybe the boyfriend thought that, like, she would think he was a kind, sensitive man who was willing to sacrifice his time to, like, help someone who was, like, help his friend who was going through it.
Uh-huh.
But if she's clearly pissed off and annoyed about him being there all the time, that's when you drop the act. You know?
You
So
don't
I have no
start
idea.
the act in the first place, actually, Tyler, is the correct answer here.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, if you started that act, you drop it when she's like to the point where she's getting pissed.
I think we have them all the pillars and support beams. Can you go around and have a look? Every single room has to be checked too, like all the rooms that the players can walk into.
Storage room looks clear. Hmm. The grocery store looks clear too.
Tyler, you're cool.
Tyler is cool. I agree.
I am cool. You guys are so right.
Yeah, never mind. No, you're not. Not cool to think that you're cool.
God forbid a man do anything. All the memes about Albedo being on trial right now.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya defending him like, God forbid a man do anything.
I think it's done them. Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Woo!
We need to get 200 decorations.
You wanna just buy 200 or whatever the cheapest decoration is?
And fill the back end of the store with it, kinda.
Do the floors count as decoration, or is that something else?
Unlikely.
Yeah, I think we would have gotten it by now if that were the case. Is that the cheapest decoration?
Looks like it.
Nice. I like how sometimes you stack them.
They can be? Oh shit, that's even better. Oh, but it has to be sideways. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about stacking them. Uh-oh.
Anyway.
Uh-oh. I got myself stuck.
Bum, bum, bum.
Just a fucking massive presence at the back of the store.
Yeah. Just love the idea of going into a store where like everything you need is right up at the front, but the store still has like a massive like space that's just nothing. And then one day you walk in for your daily groceries and you just see like a shitload of presents. You're like, what?
Real talk, actually. Presents are $20. We need 200 decorations. What amount of money am I supposed to spend?
20 times 200, 4,000.
We're almost there already, then.
Mm-hmm. Ba, boop, boop. Ba, boop,
Yeah, this is
boop.
probably good.
Yeah. So we just gotta like save the day and then.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh. Boo, 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 boo.
Yep, 200 more
Next.
decorations.
Woohoo!
And defeat every possible pillar and thing. Hell yeah.
Yay! Did you get the achievement for finding the cat?
Of course.
Oh. I got it, but it didn't pop up. Taxes.
They pop at the start of the day.
Yay.
Alright, I think the next thing we do is, yeah.
Buddy, get out of the checkout.
No, they're supposed to be. What? Tyler?
I didn't know Lottie was supposed to be in the checkout.
Yeah, the day
Why
can't
does he have
start.
to be in the checkout?
The day can't start unless
Oh.
there's one person in the checkout.
Okay. Lottie, you are serving a very important purpose. Standing here, looking pretty. As you always do. Ba-ba-boom. Ba-ba-boom. So how's this gonna work?
I mean, same way as before. It probably should just be one person doing it so that we get the most bang for the buck, if that makes sense. Like, because like if one person gets 500, it'll give us both the achievement.
Okay. Alright, I'll read Reddit then.
Yeah.
I live across the road from a primary school. Lately, a child has been walking past my house at the end of school each day, looking through my mailbox and sometimes taking my mail. There's a video of this coming from the security cameras. I'd say they're around 8 years old. They're accompanied by an adult who is not doing anything to stop this behavior, and my neighbors have also had issue with mail going missing. I'm fed up, so I took screenshots of one of the videos that show the child taking things from my letterbox and printed them off, sealed them in an envelope with a note saying that the police are following them and that they're going to take them to jail if they keep stealing mail. Sealed it with a stamp, left it in my mailbox, and right as school time ended, I watched from my phone at work as the child went into my mailbox and removed the letter.
Okay.
Not even 10 minutes later, my Ring camera is going crazy and the mother of the child is banging down my door. I answer it remotely and basically tell her that if she can't control her kid, then she can't get pissed off when other people take things into their own hands. She was very unhappy, and the kid was howling in the background, distressed that they were going to jail. The mother demanded that I tell the kids that the police won't be coming for them, but I told her that maybe it was time for her to step up as a parent and explain why this was happening. I finished off with a warning that if she dares to try anything, I have a clear image of her face and I have security cameras everywhere. My colleague overheard me speaking to her over the Ring camera after I hung up, and he asked me what happened. I told him everything, and he was quite disapproving and said that kids are hard to control, so of course they do crap like this. But this has been a constant thing spanning over the last month. At the same time, I'm not a parent, so I have no idea how hard it is to keep track of a kid. Am I the asshole?
No. Not even slightly.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Like, are you the asshole for what? Putting a picture in your own mailbox? Like, because fundamentally, that's all he did. It's not his fault that the kid stole the picture out of his mailbox.
Yeah.
If he didn't steal it, there wouldn't be nothing to cry about. Not the asshole. I laughed a bit. Stealing mail is no joke, especially nowadays when people are getting medicine in the mail. Better to learn now before the police actually get involved.
Hell, I think you should actually get the police involved.
Yeah. Because the kid wouldn't actually go to jail. The mother would probably get a fine for it. Then she'd learn. I really think the mom is enabling this behavior because she hopes one day the child innocently happens upon something valuable for her to pawn or use. OP, take it up a notch and get other neighbors involved. Y'all should have more constructive mails for him to find. That mother should just wait. One day she's gonna be calling the police herself on her child after he innocently finds and keeps all her jewelry and money.
Honestly.
It's not even like you gave the kid the letter in their hand. They literally stole it from your mailbox. That's hilarious. Excellent approach. The mother dared to try and confront you with the letter that her kid stole? The letter that was in your letterbox? Lord, the balls on that woman. After that, I would report the kid to the police, to the mail carrier in the country, and to the school. Schools hate it when kids mess up while wearing their uniform. And then for real, what is this nonsense about it being hard to control kids? And to actually confront her over a letter her Satan spawn stole? That's the kind of thing that gets you smacked upside the head. I feel bad for that kid. He has no chance with a mother like that. Even if the child has a developmental disorder, the mother should be the one responsible enough that she took the post from him and returned it, unopened. It's a crime to open other people's mail without permission, so she's lucky you didn't actually call the police. Child needs to learn that there's consequences for his actions. Report the parent to child services, because he or she could be using the kid for illegal purposes, as in gathering info for identity theft, for example. If it's not for such a purpose, it's still very bad parenting that this is obviously endangering the child in one way or another. And get a lock for the post box.
God damn it.
Let's go. Next story. Excuse me, I'm just trying to find the next story. Give me a second. Ah! Stop pressuring me!
I am literally sitting here silently.
Stop pressuring me!
Alright, man.
All right. All right. 30 male with 29 female for 2 years. Am I crazy for thinking her reaction to me being late with the pizza is
Stop
massively out of
pressuring
proportion?
Tyler.
Shut up, Dex. Can you read the title again, please?
It's written kind of weirdly. 30 male with 29 female for 2 years. Am I crazy for thinking her reaction to me being late with the pizza is massively out of proportion?
I might. What?
He's asking if he's like if she's overreacting about him being late with pizza.
Okay, why? What is it that he actually said though?
Am I crazy for thinking her reaction to me being late with the pizza is massively out of proportion?
Why the fuck would you word it like that?
I don't know. So this feels crazy to me even asking this, but I just need some kind of confirmation or perspective that I'm not seeing. I live with my girlfriend. Every Friday is pizza night. We either order some Domino's
Dex.
or I pick up some Papa Murphy's.
Fuck's sake. Go on.
Wow, there is a pile of... Oh, someone got away.
I don't see how that's possible. I'm literally standing here. Like, when I see them go past, sure, but like, you said that when no one was here.
Well, someone was like already way down the road. Like this one. This one got
Fuck's
past.
sake! Come on! Anyway, yeah, continue, Tyler.
I tried to get that one before she got away.
There's no point, Tyler.
Alright. So we either order some Domino's or I pick up some Papa Murphy's. She loves pizza night because during the week we're pretty strict with our diet and exercise, so Friday nights are our pizza movie night. And it's a treat. I get off of work at 5, she gets off at 6, so if I'm picking up the pizza, then I get it on the way home. Yesterday it was my duty to pick up the pizza. I stayed after work for another 40 minutes talking to my brother about business ideas because we own our own business and it's really helpful to brainstorm after we close. I work 25 minutes from the house and she works about 20 minutes from the house. I ordered the pizza from Papa Murphy's. You have to bake it yourself at home for 15 minutes at 5. I ordered the pizza from Papa Murphy's, and then in parentheses, you have to bake it yourself at home for 15 minutes at 5. And
You
planned
have
to leave
bake
work.
the What?
Okay. I ordered the pizza from
No,
Papa
no, no,
Murphy's.
I understood.
Parentheses.
You have to, Tyler, I understood. Are you saying that's a thing that you have to do with Papa Murphy's? Do you order from them?
Yeah, you order from them and they assemble the pizza to be baked.
What? I'm really fucking getting sick of actively clicking on someone only for them to just walk right through me! Fuck off! Need a broom for this? Where the fuck did my broom go?
I'm not sure. Here, you can have that one. Oh, it's dropped in your pile of things.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's why so many of them are fucking getting out.
Can we start grabbing some of this stuff?
Tyler?
You want me to start grabbing some of this stuff?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Um. Anyway, I ordered the pizza at 5, and planned to leave work at 5:40 with the intent of getting the pizza and being home in time to throw it in the oven and have it done within 5 to 10 minutes after she walked through the door.
Right, because she gets home later.
Yeah. Well, I get the pizza, and there's a traffic accident on the freeway. It delays me like 15 minutes. When I get home, which is about 2 minutes after she did, she's all, "I'm really disappointed that you didn't get the pizza here faster. You know how important it is, etc." I explained to her that there was a traffic accident and that I planned to be here in time to have it done. She then goes on a rant saying that I should have left right at 5 so I'd for sure get the pizza here in time and have it ready for her when she got home. Keep in mind, I've brought this pizza back basically every week for the past month, so I either have it totally ready or at least in the oven by the time she gets home. Somehow, though, the times when it was just in the oven were me being late then too, and she brought that up as more evidence that I'm terrible. Anyways, I go into the bedroom to be alone so that I don't have to hear her ranting. She won't drop it though, and just comes in there after 5 minutes to continue bitching at me about her pizza and how I shouldn't be upset because she's the one that's disappointed. I tell her it's fine. I tell her fine. I'm leaving for a while because I don't want to sit there and hear this after I just sat in traffic for 40 minutes to get this thing to her. She then flips out and tell me that I shouldn't come back if I'm leaving, chases me out the door and screams at me to pack my things and take them with me before I go, etc. I ignore this and tell her she's acting like a child and that it's like watching a 2-year-old have a tantrum. I came back about 3 hours later and she has a suitcase and a bag of clothes thrown out on the driveway. No texts or calls, just that. I slept at my office and now I'm not really sure what to do here. Am I missing something here where I wasn't being sensitive? Do I just wait for an apology?
Fuck's sake!
You good?
No! Does it sound like I'm good?
Okay.
God damn. It is very laggy, but there's no point in like trying to pick them up faster than the fucking shopkeepers dropping them because it's not gonna help with the lag.
Didn't you have the other employees assigned to security guard? Wouldn't they help with picking the stuff up?
Only one would. And the rest of them were getting in my way to like steal kills.
Oh. Kills.
I'm actively clicking on these motherfuckers and it's doing nothing. I think it's fucking stupid that the employees doing thief hits doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, to what end?
So you do it, I guess?
I have a possible solution, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me what the solution is?
No.
Okay.
Surprise.
Surprise.
I don't know how well it'll work though. I only need to do this for one more day, I think, because I went from like 190 to 390, so that's 200.
Mm-hmm.
So one more day of this and we'll be good.
Hey, pick up stuff. Oh, this man stole so much alcohol.
Well,
Man, it'd be funny if the,
The
only
security
only
helping-
by salt guy stole.
the security helping to pick up stuff at the end of the day isn't working. Yeah, they're all supposed to be helping. Oh, actually, hold. Maybe? It's kind of hard to tell what's going on.
Well, I'm not seeing a bunch of, like, added money from us recovering stock, so... I'm assuming they're not actually doing anything right now.
Yeah.
Eh.
Is that you?
It's me right now,
Yeah, stop. I'm trying to get it to work, Tyler.
Sorry.
Obviously.
It's just a big pile of things, and I wanted to pick them up.
Yeah, the point of having the fucking thing change it so that it would do all 12 of them was that we didn't have to. But they don't seem to have any interest in doing that. Nope. That means we just have to fucking do it, I
Schmack.
guess.
Schmack. Schmack. At least one of you help us. Schmack.
Yeah, I don't know. What have you got someone on security?
What?
Why did you have someone on security?
Because I used like that. At least one of you help us, please.
They weren't.
I know. But they weren't doing anything, so it's just like, whatever, he could stand there then.
Well, I'll set them up to restock, like the normal shit.
Very kind of the wandering NPCs to not try and steal our shit while it's on the floor.
Yeah.
And cut to one of the NPCs and it's like, ew, a ground trowel? I don't want a ground trowel. Think I'm just gonna pick up a random trowel from the ground? Disgusting. Come on. Oh, pile of junk.
Yeah, either way, we'll only have to do this for one more day. Yeah, I don't think the employees do it at all now, for some reason.
Weird. Do you think it's more a conflict with their behavior as part of the mob that we have?
It obviously is. Yeah, 100%. The confusing part is the latest update should have explicitly added that, that's all. Ow! I need to stand up for a second.
Mm-hmm. My God.
Well, you know what? I stood up and got all the status elements, so I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christ. Ow. Hi.
Hi.
You alright?
I'm hyper-focused.
On...
Pile.
Oh. Fucking hell. Well, there's still so much. Ah! Hate hiccups.
Drink a glass of water upside down.
No.
Okay. Perish.
No.
Okay. Hiccup then.
No.
I don't know how to tell you this, but those are your three options.
They're literally not.
Yeah.
They're not.
There's your fourth option.
No.
Yeah.
No. Have you possibly considered that my option is to just not hiccup?
No. Because it's
Okay.
not an option.
It is, because I just did it. I'm not hiccuping anymore.
glass of water upside down. You just didn't tell us.
I definitely didn't. I'm literally like I can't like I'm literally on camera, but like with a model. Like if I did something like that, you'd see.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm not asking.
Me neither.
Good. So you agree then
No.
that I'm right.
No.
Yes.
I'm not asking.
Yep. Because you agree.
No.
Yep.
Because you're a dirty, dirty liar.
I'm literally not.
You're a dirty liar covered in brown goop.
I'm not covered in brown goop.
You're covered in brown goop from earlier. Liar. I'm trying to dig through the floor. Just go down the stairs and find the person.
Uno! That's a name I haven't seen in ages. What this? Well, usually it's a shopping simulator, but we're doing it something a little bit funky, and so now it's a picking up all the trash that people tried to steal simulator. Be nice if our employees could help us. But they're not going to, apparently.
Yeah.
Quite the
Just
dragon's
decided.
horde. Honestly, Tyler,
Well,
I'm looking at the amount that we have. It kind of does look like we've got almost the same amount of profit that we would if we'd actually sold this stuff. This is frustrating. Nah, didn't get me. Try again. Fuck is my mouse? Thank you. I've resorted to opening an auto clicker too.
My autoclicker wasn't working.
Rip. L
Not
auto
sure
click.
why.
L auto clicker. Mine works.
Oh, I think because it was really laggy, but now that there's more stuff gone, it works.
No, mine was working while it was laggy.
That's great for you.
Yeah, L auto clicker.
Okay, don't we use the same autoclicker?
Right. That's why I think it's funny. Huh. How did they know about that?
How did you know about what?
How'd you know about the Joker command, Uno?
Oops.
Yeah, could you drop the broom, Tyler?
Nope, I just picked it up again.
Oh, I can't hear it anymore? What? Has Vinian been fucking muted this whole time? Why does not... Ah! I'm so fucking sick of this!
I think we got everything cleaned up. Oh. Let's run back almost.
So fucking sick of having 100 different fucking things to check and one of them not working every single goddamn stream!
I'm gonna go get my sheets.
Mm-hmm. What is this, a Walmart Supercenter? Basically. Except right now, instead, it's becoming something very different. Ugh, that's gross. Haven't had a vitamin C tablet in a bit. It's fake.
I'm back.
Back up that.
There's a lot of money lost. Can't believe our rent only costs $10.
Did you not notice something funny about the store?
Huh.
Did you miss that?
I did, because I went in through the front door where nothing is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, store.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one way.
The other thing I'm doing is I'm disabling the mod. So I'm just gonna quit the game real quick.
Okay. Should I as well?
No, I don't think it matters.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do, actually?
What?
Start the game through Gale.
Are you serious, Tyler? I've reminded you every single time, and every single time you've been like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, but because I installed the update like right before we did, I just like clicked play now right from it, where it was like update complete.
That might be one of the reasons why things weren't going right. But alright, it's fine. I'm disabling, well, I'm just deleting the mod, honestly, but...
Bit-a-bit-a-dum. 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 Bit-a-bit-a-dum.
Oh, Tyler. Ah, candy.
Boo boo. Boo boo.
There's no M&Ms.
You M&Ms.
No, they threw candy at me and they're complaining that I didn't have a particular type of candy.
Oh.
So entitled, honestly. You said the next bit was broken. You liked me. Dex lied to me.
He's a little knife kitty.
I didn't. Ow!
Tee.
Need to delete the whole mod. I'm an idiot. I could have just disabled the AI module.
The piano landed upright so you could play it.
That's great for it, Tyler. You know, I got to play a grand piano for the first time a couple of days ago.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Did you enjoy it?
of course. They sound gorgeous.
They do.
Have you ever got to play one?
I'm not a piano player, but I have been around them being played, yes. I have been in orchestras for like most of my schooling, so. Did you send me another code already?
Yeah, Tyler, why haven't you joined? I'm kidding.
Were you perhaps falling asleep for a second there?
No, I was getting the code and sending it to you.
Okay. I was just watching on stream and your little guy had his head dipped down, eyes closed, and I was like, are you gonna send me the code? And then like a few moments passed and then the head jolted up and I saw the mouth move with you saying, yeah, I was like, were you asleep?
No, I was... What? I was saying it in the sarcastic way, like, yeah, I'm sending it... Like, the tracking
Right.
is terrible. Don't ever take any of what it's doing for, like, indication for what I'm actually doing. I wish the tracking was better, but it's not. It barely looks in the direction that I'm looking at and barely tracks any mouth movement that I'm doing. It does its best.
Yeah.
I'll be real surprised if customers find a way to get out of this tunnel. Actually, then again, that might be a problem, because the customers I've hit might not be able to find a way out.
They'll figure it out.
Well, Monster Hunter time. Okay, Tyler, but if they don't...
I'll figure it out.
Tyler.
Yeah? What do you want me to do about it, man? Not even in-game yet.
Wow, am I not allowed to, like, talk to you?
No. Perish.
Fucking make me.
I require $5 for every sentence.
You can suck my cock.
I require $5 for every suck.
It'll only take me 2.
Wow.
I know, impressive, right?
That's not the word I'd use, but sure. The Onion article, the title is Increasingly Powerful Trans Person Capable of Using Every Single Bathroom at Once.
Didn't Alex Jones buy The Onion? Or The Onion buy...
The Onion bought InfoWars.
Which is Alex Jones's, like news thing, right?
Yeah. Ow. Why are you smacking me?
What do you mean, ow? You're not in yet.
I am. You're
Then-
smacking me.
Then why aren't you doing anything about it?
Cause you're smacking me.
Alright, well, this will be interesting.
Is everyone else on security just in case?
More or less, but they're gonna come in once someone starts dropping shit and try and stand in the way to pick it up, and it's gonna be annoying.
None of them were holding brooms.
They are.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it.
I would hope so.
Ow.
Hmm. I should, like, turn it off and try and see where one is gonna go, you know?
Yeah, just like...
Oh, they just leave out, like, they just teleport in the store. I don't think this is as effective as I was hoping it would be. Because I just watched a thief just walk to the back corner of the store and then just disappear. It still
Yeah.
seems like the thieves have to come into this corridor as part of their pathing.
Yeah, I think they have... Yeah, I think they have to check to see if there's a path. Millie is dutifully picking things up and also clogging up the thief path because they're getting stuck on her.
This is working better, though, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've got the auto-clicker on, the auto-clicker's just both picking up stuff and smacking thieves, so it's going to keep the lag down.
Alright. And Millie's helping you. Nope. Well, Millie's still helping you even though you smacked her.
It's unavoidable. I just have the auto-clicker on.
Mm-hmm.
She gets it. This is warfare. They don't have to go in my corridor. Okay. Can you go into placement mode and just delete these three, like the walls on our left? Not the ones on the right that opened up to the rest of the town, just the ones on the left. No, sorry, the ones on the right. Yeah, the ones on the right that open up to that are just to the wall. Because it seems like they don't always come into my corridor. They'll like pop into this. Anyway, yeah, you can just do Reddit.
Well, alright. Alright, I slept at my office and now I'm not really sure what to do here. Am I missing something here where I wasn't being sensitive? Do I just wait for an apology? And then if it isn't forthcoming, should I walk? It seems like insanity to me, but maybe I'm missing something?
It's like, it's a very weirdly naggy thing to do.
Edit. So I finally texted her this afternoon, and she said she was pissed because I ignored her and was acting cold after she bitched at me when I went to the bedroom to defuse the situation. I was there for under 5 minutes before she came in to continue fighting about it. When I left, she says, quote, "I told you that if you left you could never come back. You still left." Now she says it's up to me if I want to still be together. I told her that me being required to be in her presence while she rants at me is abuse. I can leave if I want to. In fact, the week prior, she specifically told me I should leave for a little while when she starts acting crazy, because she ends up saying things she doesn't mean. So I literally followed her advice this time, and now she says I'm basically required to stay at her side while she rages at me. Ugh, I feel like it's time to move on, because I know she won't get help for this, and I know it's just gonna keep happening. It's just so hard, because I do still love her, and if she would just be willing to get help, I would have hope. And, someone comments something like there has to be something missing here, like this is so weird. And OP replies, "This is literally the entire story. Sometimes it's like talking to a different person. One person is kind and loving, but then she can flip this switch where she's unable to be reasoned with and goes absolutely batshit crazy. It happens when she's frustrated too. An example, also with pizza. A few months ago, I was dropping my car off to get a stereo installed. I needed her to pick me up there after she was done with work on Friday, because I had to leave it there for a few hours. Well, she couldn't find the place and got a little lost, so she called me. She couldn't use her GPS because she used up all her data on a prepaid plan. I tried to help her with my Google Maps and figured out where she was really quickly, like 2 minutes away from the place. I told her to go north and take the first right she could. Well, she doesn't know compass directions where she was, so this frustrated her, and she started screaming into the phone how this was pizza night and how maybe I should just call her once the car was ready and she'd pick me up then. I told her that'd be several hours and that it didn't make any sense. I needed the food, etc. So she says, "Fine, I'll try to find you." 30 seconds later, she finds me.
Yeah, girl has some anger issues.
She later apologized about her behavior, but it was still shocking at the time. Now I'm starting to realize that this is normal for her whenever she's at all stressed. Uh some comments are like trying to basically guessing at what the girlfriend's background is, and OP replies, "You're pretty insightful. She has abandonment issues because her dad left, and her mom was legitimately insane. In parentheses, regularly beat her, addicted to drugs, went to prison for a few years, had to be raised by grandma. And she ended up emancipating herself at 16. Yes, minor
What does
changes
that
in
word mean?
routines. If you're like, on the older end of teen, you can legally emancipate yourself, meaning you're no longer legally a minor. You could basically be your own guardian if your situation is bad enough. You basically like present to like a court like, hey, my situation's bad enough that I've been basically raising myself anyway, so can I just do that not in this household? And they're like, yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
Yes, minor changes in routine very much upset her. No reason to distrust me. No reason to distrust me though. I've never cheated. She has.
Uh,
Let me see what this. And another comment asks if OP informed the girlfriend if he was gonna be staying late at work. And OP says, no, because I regularly stay late at work, but I always get home before her, so it usually doesn't matter. Same thing here, I was on time until I hit a traffic jam. I tried to get around it, but it didn't help. I thought I would get home right around the same time as her and that it wouldn't be a big deal for her to wait 15 minutes, but apparently it was. And I guess OP at some point mentioned BPD, which is either borderline personality disorder or bipolar disorder. I don't know which one,
it's
but it's one of those.
borderline personality disorder.
And so this commenter is talking about that. And this commenter says, BPD is not very resistant to treatment. DBT works wonders. Once a patient can recognize their own emotions, they can learn to cope with them properly. The disorder becomes manageable from there. The patient is going to have to be in a place where they're ready to get help and challenge their own beliefs, but that's the same of any mental illness ever. The OP's girlfriend doesn't sound like she's there, but that doesn't mean she'll never be there, nor should she be told that she never will be. You seem to understand the disorder. You understand why telling someone BPD that they're untreatable is detrimental, right? We should be telling them that they aren't broken and hopeless. I don't know
Okay.
what this commenter is replying to. It's
Yeah.
just kind of... that said, OP, her childhood plus what you wrote in comments also struck me as borderline. She believes she is horrible, that she doesn't deserve love, and that everyone abandons her. She doesn't know how to feel good about herself because she was never taught how. It's absolutely not your responsibility to teach her that, or even to help her through any of this. You're not married, it's only been 2 years. She'll need to learn one way or another that she's hurting herself and everyone around her with her behavior. She'll need to decide she needs help. Just try to keep in mind that she's suffering too, if/when you leave her. Don't be too cruel. And OP replies, quoting she believes she's horrible, that she doesn't deserve love, and that everyone abandons her. She's used those exact words to describe how she feels about herself. She feels an emptiness inside that she thought was because of our relationship and me not making her feel loved enough. So she cheated, but it didn't help. After the cheating, I tried to get her to see a counselor, but she refused in a passive-aggressive way of promising to go, but then never making the appointment and becoming angry when I pressed her on it after a month of nothing. I guess I just need to let her go and hope that she gets treatment for herself at some point. But her opinion of counselors is that they're useless and never help. Sad face. Update. Oop. After some more texting, she admitted that she owed me an apology and asked me to come back and talk. As soon as I walked in, she had a sheepish look and apologized and said that she knows something is wrong with her, but she isn't sure what it is and really doesn't want to have to take medication. That's when I brought up the fact that we both already know her sister has a very severe case of borderline personality disorder. Her sister's very intelligent, yet often homeless, has been married 5+ times at 35 years old, thinks no one loves her and everyone persecutes her for her political views, etc. I never thought my girlfriend had this disorder, though, because her sister was so severe in comparison that I never really stopped and paid attention to a lot of the things that she does do that still hit a lot of the major criteria. Major fears of abandonment, storing relationships with men, few friends, viewing me as perfect when she's happy and terrible when she's upset, extremely sensitive to criticism, past issues with bulimia, crazy/paranoid, unfounded, no evidence. Thoughts about what I think of her when she's upset, and a cycle of shame and guilt about things she does to avoid emotional pain and dealing with the consequences of her actions.
What did they say that she has? Like, what is he saying that this is all symptoms of? Or like...
Borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was curious enough about it to go and look this up on the computer and take a basic psych test to see if it's possible. She scored in the likely range, even with some of the answers that I thought were denying reality. I kept quiet while she took it. That would have likely scored her higher. After that, she looked into what treatment was available. I know she absolutely does not like the idea of counseling, so I suggested books, and she agreed to at least start with that. So I feel like this is a positive step forward, where I was feeling hopeless before. She realizes she has a problem, and now I'm just anxious about whether she'll take the book seriously and work on understanding why she acts this way sometimes. 95% of the time I'm with her, she's wonderful and amazing, but this 5% of when she can't handle stress or minor issues, and they turn into huge blow-ups, is very difficult. One of her suggestions on what would make her feel better when she does this is if I pretended to be concerned, even if it's a trivial issue. She said it doesn't even matter if I have to grit my teeth and lie to her, that it'll make me feel better than when I walk away. I don't think she realized it when she said it, but we do the same thing to her sister when her sister is saying crazy stuff too. Overall, I'm much more hopeful now, but at the same time realistic, that she has thus far not really done anything to help herself, and reading books could help, but not in the same way that a counselor could, I think. I'm hoping that if she reads these books and realizes a lot of it rings true with her, maybe she'll be more open to counseling. Quick edit. I know a lot of you said it wasn't about the pizza. In a way, you were right. In a way, not. She was much more upset by the fact that I wanted to go in my room rather than stay and listen to her ranting about that. Someone with BPD is apparently much more short-fused when you're not giving them attention when they need it, so a minor issue about pizza turns into a crazed, you don't love me, you don't care about me rambling. It really was as simple as the pizza being late, and my avoidance reaction set off her insanity.
Look at them go!
Come. Are they all picking shit up?
Yep.
Nice.
This is what I was expecting.
Ow. Stop hitting me.
You walked in front of my auto clicker.
There is no reason for you to be clicking up here. Leave me alone. Stop.
I'm Steve Hit. I got 350 that time.
Nice.
that strategy is foolproof. Yeah,
Alright.
continue then.
Comment. You two shouldn't pursue treatment from books based on a personality disorder that you've armchair diagnosed. This book path won't actually help. She needs to work with a pro, and you need to make it an ultimatum. You can't stay with her as is, untreated. If you do, expect more of the same. And remember, if you do care about her happiness, you must know that the book path won't get her there. She needs the help of professionals, and you would be wrong to accept anything less. Another comment. She needs therapy. A constant judgment-free relationship with the same therapist serves as a safe zone where she won't be abandoned no matter what. You can't be that safe zone. And another comment. Borderline partners are very hard to handle. If she can recognize and actually help herself, you can be okay. Please be firm with her. Make sure you establish your own boundaries. Do not let her walk all over you and abuse you. Be healthy. Update.
An update, eh?
Well, update. Update. Funny. Spelled just like the word update.
Are you
Well, I just...
referencing something?
Yes. The first Finding Nemo movie.
Yeah, but like that's what I knew. That's what I thought. I was just so thrown off that you were doing. Yeah, no, I guess that makes sense.
Anyway. Well, I just couldn't make it work with her anymore. I didn't want to talk about it in the original post, but she had cheated on me multiple times already, and I caught her doing more stuff. She told me she was just seeing her ex once in a while, as a friend, but I caught texts she had sent him where he was mad that she wasn't getting sexual with him enough, and that she only saw him once every couple of weeks, so she must have been seeing another guy, and accusing her of lying about whether she's single or not. She replied to him saying that she's single and wasn't looking for other guys, etc., but then she found out that he was on a dating site and looking for other girls, so she was mad about that.
So the cheater's mad that the cheater that she's cheating with is cheating.
The cheater's mad that her side piece is cheating on her. That's...
Yeah, so that's what I said.
Yeah. Wow. It'd just be crazy. And that, combined with other things that have just always been problems, has led me to the realization that I'll never be able to do enough for her to be happy, and there's no version of reality where I can trust her enough to get married and have kids, or where I can go on a weekend trip and not worry that she's out with another guy while I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
I told her last night that we need some time apart, and she predictably flew into a rage and told me to get the F out, and that if I didn't take all my stuff, she'd throw it away. I told her if she wanted to be a baby about it and do that, she could, but I wasn't going to pack up the entire house full of my stuff while she's raging at me. So I took my necessities and left. She apologized today and said that she wouldn't throw out my stuff, but I'm currently in a motel and looking for an apartment tomorrow. I think my mental state has been warped pretty badly by this relationship, and I'm looking forward to resetting. I haven't pursued my hobbies or tried to make friends in a long time because every spare moment was spent with her and trying to make sure she didn't feel like I wasn't giving her enough attention. I would get anxious if I was running late coming home from work because I was worried she'd be really upset. Most of all, I just felt like I was dealing with someone that doesn't think about things like I do and doesn't have the same sense of morality that I do.
Alright, Tyler, did you get the achievement?
Achievement. Please achievement. Please. No. No, I did not.
Why?
I did not, no.
Tyler, are you sure?
I just checked. I just checked my Steam. It says it is locked.
Can you speak normally for a second, please? I
just checked Steam. It said it's locked. It says it's locked. It's still in the not achieved.
But it's collect. What? Ah. All right. I guess you also have to hit 500 thieves then.
Welcome, Mr. Whiskers. I mean, it doesn't say collective, so.
Yeah, but there's been no fucking like there's been no pattern for whether things that say collective or not have been ones that either person can get, because some have and haven't been, and some haven't said it and still have. Like, it's not. That's frustrating. I'm installing a mod. You don't have
Okay,
to.
it's. We got like 5 more minutes before I have to go to bed anyway.
I guess we'll be doing another fucking day of this then. Should I bother opening the world back up then? Like, do we want to do one more day?
Nah.
Alright. We'll just call it there then.
Another time.
Yeah. Alright.